Welcome back to the channel.
Today we are going back to one of our favorite spots that we haven't been to in a hot minute.
Yeah, we're heading out to Narcoossees. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Go and get lost with us.
You can actually see in the distance the Christmas tree of the Contemporary from here. Can't really get too much on camera, but it is over there. And we're heading to Narcoossees for the evening festivities.
Alright, now that we got a seat, let's take a look around. This comes with Lyrie's Pink London Spirit, grapefruit soda, pomegranate green tea, lime, and mint, and it is $12. So it does have a little bit of alcohol in it, but not a lot. And yeah, we're gonna give it a try.
What's it called? You didn't have to say on camera.
Pink London Spritzer. It's good. It's more on the tart side than sweet side, but honestly, it's really good. It's like it's got that grapefruit kick, and I can taste that pomegranate. Way better than that drink that I had over at Skipper's Canteen. Deliciousness.
I'm gonna try the Pink London Spritzer. It's kind of like a very tart pink lemonade. I like it. It's got a nice little smooth taste to it, and then I really kick a tart in there. That's pretty good. And for a non-alcoholic beverage, non-alcoholic beverage, it is really, really tasty. So you've got some apps coming out, and we'll come and get you when they get here. All right, I got the grapefruit Hefeweizen, and now this is one of our favorites in Epcot. So we've had it many times, and it's a really good beer. I don't know how to say it, but it is fantastic. All right. So it's a really light beer. It's got a nice little like fruity taste to it with a little bit of tartness in there. It's a fantastic beer. If you don't like the taste of beer itself, this is a great option. And something that's really tasty, and it also isn't too grapefruity either if you don't like grapefruit. So it's a kind of a good combination between kind of like a fruity beer and a really, really light beer. So we've got some bread to the table, and we'll give that a taste in a minute.
Okay, so this is our first time eating back here in over 4 years, and in the meantime they have gone through different chefs, but also a remodel. And the section that we're sitting in actually used to be elevated. Now the entire restaurant is all on one level, which is interesting. And honestly, it feels a little bit darker than I remember. It's still a very small, intimate space, and it is still very loud. The dome effect doesn't really help with the noise control, but overall, it's not terrible.
All right, the first thing is a sourdough bread. It comes to the table. Let me tell you, the butter is spreadable. It's a nice creamy butter with some sea salt on the top. Let's give it a try. Nice crispy outside, really soft inside on that sourdough. The butter gives it this nice creaminess, sort of like a milkiness to it. Oh, it's really, really good. I'm interested to see what Nacy thinks, so let's find out.
Alright guys, so it's my turn to eat some bread and butter. Nice and crusty. Honestly, It's a really tasty bread, really good butter. Starting things off just right. Now, our appetizers should be coming out any minute. So we've got some appetizers coming any minute now, and we'll come and grab you guys when they come out.
The Narcoossees.
Alright, so I got the blueberry and feta, aged feta salad. And I'm a fan of blueberries and I'm a fan of feta, so cheers. That is actually really good. Perfect amount of vinaigrette. It's on a field green salad and it's just a little bit of tartness with a little bit of salty. This is actually a really tasty salad, honestly. Everything's coming out to a good start. Now, Gary got lobster bisque. Let's see what he thinks.
So one of the cool things about this lobster bisque is they do pour it tableside, so it is nice and warm. There's a big old chunk of lobster in the middle, and then they poured the soup around it. So let's give it a try. A little bit of that soupy soup. Oh. Oh, so nice and creamy. Definitely, again, seems like there's a heavy cream or something in there, giving it a nice little density. Nice big old chunk of lobster in the middle of it, and it's a butter poached lobster. The lobster is so tender, it just kind of falls apart in your mouth. Wow, this is a really, really good soup. My only complaint so far is they are pushing it a little bit fast. We just got our bread, and then as we were filming the bread thing, which didn't take very long, the appetizers were already here. So definitely pushing a little fast. And again, a legit tip, make sure if you're at a Disney restaurant and they try to do that to you, you can tell them to slow down if they're going too fast. So we've got some main courses coming out, and we'll come and get you when it gets here. So this is what you get when you sit by the bar, everybody. This is our table. This is everybody waiting around the bar. I want to be honest, for the experience that they're trying to promise you here, this is a little disappointing. I mean, come on. So I got the surf and turf, which has a fillet, a lobster tail, and some looking like mashed potatoes. So let's try the fillet first.
Now, last time we were here, you could upgrade that to a ribeye.
Yep. That was not an option this time. It is really well cooked, really well seasoned. The red wine reduction sauce is really, really tasty. I like it a lot. I like that. Now I'll give it the lobster tail. It's supposed to be a buttered poached lobster tail. Oh, so nice and smooth. Almost falls apart in your mouth. I'd like a little bit bigger of a lobster tail, I'm not going to lie to you, but it really is tasty. And the mashed potatoes. Good, creamy mashed potatoes. Overall, really good dish. It is $87, I'm sorry. So it is a little bit expensive, but it's super tasty. Let's see what Nacy thinks about her meal.
Okay guys, so I got the scallops and gnocchi, which does come with ham and peas in a like lemon cream sauce. So cheers. The scallops are perfectly cooked, seared on both sides, and the sauce is really creamy, lemony, and the peas and the ham just kind of add a little bit more to the flavor because the lemon sauce is a little bit on the sweeter side. This is actually really good, and it looks almost exactly like what I got 4 years ago when we ate here. So we're gonna wrap up our meals, and we will let you guys know what our final thoughts are after we get some dessert, which you know we're gonna get. So stick around and we'll come and get you when it comes out.
It's always cool when you're in one of these restaurants and they like dim the lights, so the show's starting. Legit tip, you get the audio in this restaurant too.
It is almost time for the Christmas party fireworks. We got a few minutes, so I went ahead and headed out here.
Fun fact, if you eat at Narcoossees, you can come out here on the deck and watch the fireworks. They do also pipe the music into the restaurant, but the restaurant's pretty dead right now, so let's see how this goes.
Alright, so it is dessert time, and they don't have the creme brulee anymore, but they do have a cheesecake apparently that's been on the menu for almost 30 years. So here we go. Now this is a very dense cheesecake, I gotta say, right off the bat. Nice and thick. Cheers. Yep. That's a good cheesecake. And the almond crust actually gives it a flavor that, to me, reminds me of like a shortbread cookie. That almond flavor that goes into a shortbread cookie. Delicious. It's actually really good. Let's see what Gary thinks.
Alright, I'm gonna try the dessert. The first one is the cheesecake. Ooh, like Nancy said, it's dense, that's for sure. Alright, let's give it a try. The almond flavor mixes really well with that cheesecake flavor. It does kind of remind me of like a sort of like a spritz cookie or like a holiday cookie too. It's really tasty. And I think that this is a pretty interesting dessert too. I like the presentation of it and everything too. It's really good. Now we have one more dessert we got extra because we said it was our anniversary. So I'll come get you in a second to try it.
Alright, so we also got a special treat, fireworks happening behind us, but I think it's because the castle show. And so this is a sea salt caramel chocolate. Cheers. Very smooth, very creamy. Sea salt is perfect. Absolutely delicious. Hands down, 10 out of 10. Let's see what Gary thinks.
Alright, so we got a salted caramel with a little bit of whipped cream. Wow, that's really good. The caramel is a perfect smooth consistency. A nice bite of the chocolate outside, the milk chocolate outside, is really, really tasty. Wow, that was really good too. So far, a really good meal. Then we're going to finish up our desserts and we'll come and get you on the outside with our final thoughts. A legit tip is there is a private viewing area for the fireworks out here. So in case you're wondering, there's a little back area to go watch the fireworks. All right, that concludes our Narcoossees night out. What did you think?
It was really good food. Honestly, the ambiance is very intimate. It's a nice little spot. Honestly, too, if you want to catch fireworks, it's not a bad spot. I would say it's probably second to California Grill. I do still like California Grill because you kind of are a little bit more elevated. Here, you are actually closer, or at least I feel like it. You have like almost like a dead
view of the castle from here, so it's a different view. And they still pipe in the music into the restaurant and out here on the deck, and if you come out here when it's not a busy night, you can pretty much have the deck all to yourself.
Yeah, good food, good experience. The waitstaff was great. They have shrunk portions here, and they've gotten rid of a couple items that I really liked on the menu. But overall, good restaurant. We definitely go again if someone wanted to go with us.
Yeah, so if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Hit that subscribe button.
And make sure you're in that notification bell so you're notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby rude?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So this is Future Gary. I'm just getting finished editing this video and wanted to give a little bit of an update. So after the Narcoossees date, which ended probably about 11 o'clock, we got out of the Grand Floridian, got back to our hotel pretty quickly, got to sleep, and at 1:30 a.m. I was woken up to food poisoning. The only place we ate that day was Narcoossees, so our guess is it came from there, and the only thing that I had that Nacy didn't have was the lobster. So definitely we think something was wrong there, and it definitely was not a good night. I was puking basically most of the night and had really bad food poisoning. So I don't know if we would still recommend Narcoossees. It's definitely not one of our top restaurants, and we're going to be very hesitant in the future to go back. It's a little bit disappointing since it did just reopen, and all those things that happened to it, and had the remodel and the new chef and all that stuff, and then to get food poisoning. Kind of, I don't know, not even kind of, it sucked. It really sucked. So as you're listening to this, enjoy some of the fireworks show we caught as a bonus for you all, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach with our friends.